welcome back to the Grill team. Excellent interview there between Mark Geyer and Julia Gillard at the Novotel. And of course, as you may have heard yesterday, Mark visited the school right next door to the Novotel, the Loyola Senior High School, and we thought we'd go back. It's such a great place, obviously. And so here we are in the surrounds of Loyola Senior High School, and a very special guest here, the school chaplain, Father Iain Radvan. So, Father Iain, come and join me here, and good morning to you. Now, Father Iain, we've got this Father Iain Radvan SJ. What does that stand for?
Yes, okay. That means that as a priest, I'm not just a diocesan priest, but in fact I belong to a group of priests called the Society of Jesus, and they were started by St. Ignatius 500 years ago.
Society of Jesus. I thought it was Super Jesus. Thanks for clarifying that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, when Mark came back from being here yesterday and before his interview with Julia, he was telling us that at Loyola there's a special program and it's something that helps students grow as individuals, come to know a bit more about themselves, and also actually gets them out and about to support other people. Just wondering if you could tell us a bit more about that and just where it's come from.
Yeah. Well, it's called Faith Serving Others, and it's a program that we value very much in Loyola, partly because we're a Jesuit school, it comes from St. Ignatius' legacy, but also because we want to empower the students at Loyola to be able to go out into the community and feel that they can contribute, and they also get something back out of that, of course. We ask them to do 20 hours of voluntary service.
Okay, now you've mentioned that they get something back. Could you explain that a little bit further? What's in this for the students?
Yep. Well, first of all, it's really good on their CVs, but more personally, they find that a confidence that they didn't have before, and skills that they didn't realise they had. Many of them go out reluctantly, but then after 20 hours they come back and they say, that was really good for me. I've discovered I can do things that I hadn't thought I could do before. I talk with strangers that I'm not used to doing, so they get a lot out of it personally too. Yes,
and I have heard indeed that there are students some 10 years ago at Loyola who are still involved in their Faith Serving Others placement. So obviously it's something which proves that point that in giving we receive. Now, I suppose St. Ignatius would have drawn his inspiration from somewhere.
Yep. Well, I just thought I'd bring St. Ignatius into the studio for a moment here. Here's
Welcome.
The man. He was inspired by Jesus, and he wrote the spiritual exercises, which were a method of prayer that very much works on reflection, on our relationship with others and with God. But of course he drew his inspiration from the man, Jesus.
It's Super Jesus. Okay.
Super Jesus himself. And of course he's the model for Ignatius and for us as a man who came to serve others and as an example of God's love for everyone. And of course it was hard for him, as it is for us. He wanted to do good for other people. Sometimes they misunderstood him. He was born into a world full of suffering and needy people. He knows that there are people hurting out there, people neglected. So as he reached out to those people in the community, St. Ignatius encourages our students to do the same.
And I guess just as is symbolised there with Jesus on the cross, hopefully we won't have any of our students crucified, but can you talk about perhaps some of the risks and the challenges that students experience with this?
Yeah, well, it means really stepping out of their comfort zone, meeting people they haven't met before, being in situations where they're not in control, someone else is telling them what to do, they've never worked in their place before, it's out of school, out of home, so it is quite challenging and scary for the students.
But it's something which, a little like the crucifix and the death of Jesus was not the end of the story. Through that, in fact, came new life. I guess for the students, what they gain will always outweigh some of those challenges, though you acknowledge them. There's sorry, Father Iain.
And very important to that success of the program is reflection, and that is
You're blinding them.
Not only to have the experience of meeting other people and learning to help them, but to reflect back on myself. How has it helped me to grow? What are the obstacles? What have I realised are the limitations in myself? What are my strengths? And that then builds a foundation for being able to launch out into new programs or challenges, knowing that you've covered this and that you know yourself better. So without reflection, I think it would just be another watch a TV show or play a soccer game. It's come, it's gone. This should stay with you, as you were saying, for many years later.
Okay, and so how is it that students undertake this reflection? What's the sort of process that they...
Well, this is where Lila's at the cutting edge of Jesuit schools.
And that's what Mark told me, like just cutting edge.
That's right, you know. That's right. We used to have them write their reflections in a booklet, but now we've gone online. We put up a social media site, and we ask students to record their impressions on blogs or with a photo or with a video, upload them constantly during their 10 hours, which may last 2 or 3 terms, and then they can connect with each other and see what each other are doing and reflect with each other through the social media website.
Okay, well that sounds like a wonderful program, and we wish you luck with it and all of those students who are going to undertake it. Now, I just had a little message through my earpiece here that apparently Mark's run into Julia again. I think it's downstairs in the RSL this time, and we just have to go back now to Mark Guy at the grill team, so we sign off from here. Thanks very much, Father Iain. Thank you.